Friends, in the last few years, the digital landscape has undergone a huge transformation, and video has emerged front and center. Now, it's the most effective way one can connect with his or her audiences. That's the reason, now, many companies focusing on creating videos of some sort. Whether it's for marketing or promotion, or for knowledge or learning, everything is turning into videos. If you want to know about an easy way to build a video on demand application, like a private YouTube-like portal for your company, where employees can create their channel and upload and share videos with colleagues, or you want to build a social media app where users can upload videos, then this episode is for you. So, without wasting any time, let's jump into designing the architecture. Friends, what do you think? To design a video on demand solution, what components might be required? What are the steps we need to take? As we can guess, first is a storage space to store uploaded videos or source files. Then, we need some logic to check uploaded video metadata, like whether it is of supported format, what's the resolution, length of the video, etc., and accordingly convert this video to multiple different resolutions for serving to different type of screens. And lastly, we need to store the converted videos to a location. From there it can be picked up by other application function for further processing. So, these three steps, source, workflow, and delivery, can be put into design with all these AWS components. Here, we will use microservices approach to design and build this video on demand workflows in the cloud. Each of those areas are centered around step functions and backed by the Lambda functions for our compute need. This solution is designed by Amazon Web Services and is available as CloudFormation template. So, this means entire solution can be built on a click of a button for free. You pay only for the resources you consume by deploying and using the solution. As we see in this design, step functions are used a lot here, so before we move ahead with understanding the whole solution, let's take a break from design and have a quick look at what step functions are and how they are useful. When we build an application using microservices, we write many Lambda functions. These Lambda functions could be in many combinations and patterns of using 2 or 3 functions. For example, the application logic may demand a second function to always follow a first and only run if and when the first succeeds. Or, we may want to execute 2 functions in parallel and feed the combined results into a third. Or, maybe based on the output of a first function, we would like to choose between 2 functions. So, we can choreograph the interaction of our microservices in 2 ways. We could either write a lot of code for the logic building, or, with AWS step functions, we can combine Lambda functions and other AWS services, and through step functions graphical console, we can see our application's workflow as a series of event-driven steps. Step functions is based on state machines and tasks. A state machine is a workflow. A task is a state in a workflow that represents a single unit of work that another AWS service performs. Each step in a workflow is a state. So, in this video on demand solution, we will be using many step functions. Now let's come back to the designing the solution. First, we upload a video into Amazon S3 bucket. Video could be of any format like MP4, MPG, M4V, M2TS, or MOV. So, this will be the source video which needed to be encoded. Optionally, this solution can also use Amazon Glacier for archival. So, for example, once we successfully converted the video to different formats, we can move the source file to Glacier. So, when a new video is added to the source Amazon S3 bucket, a Lambda function triggers the ingest workflow. During ingestion, source video details are added to Amazon DynamoDB, and the content is validated using MediaInfo, an open source software that displays technical information about media files, and details are stored in DynamoDB. The ingest step function workflow includes input validate, MediaInfo, DynamoDB update, notification service, and process execute functions. First thing we are going to do is validate the input. So, we've had an object going to S3. First, we are going to check that we have access to it, and next, whether the upload was successful. So in input validate, we will pass the input to the workflow, will check for the source video file, and defines the workflow configuration using the AWS Lambda function environment variables. Then next, Media Info will generate a signed Amazon S3 URL for the source video. And run Media Info software to extract metadata about the video file, like how long is it, what format, number of audio tracks, number of video tracks, etc. Once we've got all of that information, next, DynamoDB update function will take accumulated data from each step and store it in Amazon DynamoDB for persistent storage. And then we read that metadata from Dynamo, and based on the height and width of that video, we define which encoding template we are going to use in Media Convert step. Next, SNS notification will send an Amazon Simple Notification Service notification to our administrators with a summary of the ingest process, say, file has been uploaded successfully. Then, at last, process execute will start the processing workflow for further processing. In summary, at this workflow, we have injected source file, checked permissions and upload, and then we get some metadata about that file. Now we are gonna process it and do our encoding. When the ingest workflow is complete, it starts the processing workflow. The processing workflow includes steps of profiling, encode job submitting, and DynamoDB update functions. So, let's get into the details of these functions. First, profile gets the source video's height and width from the metadata that we've stored in Dynamo and chooses which template to use for encoding. For example, if the source video is greater than or equal to 1080p, the 1080p job template will be used. Then, encode job submit will submit the encoding job with the template defined by the profiler to AWS Elemental Media Convert. The Video on Demand solution on AWS leverages AWS Elemental Media Convert job templates to define the solution's encoding options. By default, the solution creates 3 custom templates that produce UHD, HD, and SD output. Each template creates H.265 MP4, HTTP live streaming, HLS, and dynamic adaptive streaming over HTTP-. Additionally, the solution supports Microsoft Smooth Streaming, MSS, and Common Media Application Format, CMAF, outputs. The workflow selects one of the 3 templates based on the resolution of the source video. This can be further customized to work with any valid Media Convert template. So, when Elemental Media Convert finish encoding the content, it's going to store that in destination S3 bucket. It will also trigger a CloudWatch event, and that CloudWatch event will trigger publishing step functions workflow. And lastly, DynamoDB update takes accumulated data from each step and stores it in Amazon DynamoDB. When encoding is complete, Amazon Simple Notification Service sends a notification that triggers an AWS Lambda function that starts the publishing process. The publishing process includes output validate, archive choice, media package choice, DynamoDB update, SQS choice, SNS choice functions. So, let's get into the details of these functions. The output validate function checks the event data for the completed encoding job. It gets the GUID from the AWS Elemental Media Convert notification, and it gets the asset details from Amazon DynamoDB. Then, it will generate the Amazon S3 and Amazon CloudFront URLs for the Media Convert outputs. If Glacier or Glacier Deep Archive was enabled, the archive choice step function tags the source video with a unique identifier and then trigger the Amazon S3 Glacier lifecycle policy. DynamoDB update updates Amazon DynamoDB table with the event data. SQS choice, if enabled, this step sends all workflow outputs to an SQS queue that is ingested into upstream workflows or processes. SNS choice. If enabled, this step sends an Amazon SNS notification with a summary of the workflow and the Amazon CloudFront URLs. So in short, in publishing workflow, after the video is encoded, AWS Elemental Media Convert sends a notification to Amazon CloudWatch. It will read the CloudWatch event and will get the information about the job that was submitted to Media Convert. After that, it will take all of the outputs for Media Convert and write those out to DynamoDB. And will generate the CloudFront URLs of all of the contents that's just being produced. So after all of the files are generated from the source file, in delivery step, they are made available via CloudFront. Here we get the global distribution for all of our different formats and all the different bit rates. This reference architecture is suggested by Amazon and is available on AWS website. This solution is also available as CloudFormation template and highly customizable as per your specific needs. If you need any help with designing or implementation of this solution, please get in touch with me. My name is Surendra, and I am a certified cloud architect. I provide services in consulting and designing cloud solutions and provide customized trainings based on your specific requirements. Please get in touch via comments section below or on the email provided. If you like the video, please hit like and please subscribe to the channel. I will come again soon with another well-architected cloud application video. Till then, namaste.